Hi there, welcome to Kneppy Invest and welcome to the end of the market. It just closed as I was speaking. Time is currently 3:11 p.m. on November 27, 2024, and a pretty good day in the market. Remember yesterday I said there was explanations for why the market was down yesterday, and today the market is up, and I suppose there's explanations for that as well. Every day we see the market up or down. I'd say most of it is just noise. But over time, the markets will go higher. So don't fall victim to the noise. Don't fall victim, even if the market drops 2 days in a row by fairly big amounts. That's not necessarily a bad thing because it happens regularly. So that is my little rant of the day. Actually, in fact, I have two rants for the day because I just saw a particular tweet from Anthony Albanese. I'll talk about that particular tweet in a second. And then after I've gone through that tweet, we'll have a look at the ASX today, have a look at the best and worst performing sectors, indices, and companies. I should also mention I've already quoted the stock of the day, which happens to be a company called Somnomed, share price up about 40%. And the ASX small cap of the day is AI Media. And now I understand why the market is excited about that company. And the whole reason why the market is excited about that company and why I am now excited about the company is because of financial year 29 goals. The company released on the 29th of August. So in 2024, they had $4 million of EBITDA, and they're expecting EBITDA, or maybe hoping, or planning EBITDA to be $60 million in 5 years' time. That's significant growth over a 5-year period. If they achieve those goals, that company is really good value at current levels. So once I go through the ASX today, I'll talk about the top 5 stocks of the day, which do feature Somnomed coming in number 1. And a few other companies in that include Aussie Broadband, Chic, a company that is no longer traded on the ASX, Mosaic brands, and then we'll have a look at Orthocell coming in at number 5. Okay. Let's have a look at this particular tweet that I probably could go on a really big rant. Now, it's not the tweet from Grant Williams, which he's overseas, I'm pretty sure. I've always thought of Grant Williams as being overseas, but I could be wrong. Cayman Islands. There we go, Cayman Islands. Anyway, so apparently Anthony Albanese, our bill to help you buy a home with as little as 2% deposit. And then Grant Williams said, a bigger pool of house buyers is the cause and solution to all Australia's problems. Albo, you utter plum. The solution is to raise rates, bring house prices down, and make deposits bigger. But of course, you know that. So Grant Williams is smart. He knows that the politicians in Australia know that this particular bill, that you can buy a house now with only 2% deposit, will actually increase house prices. Now, don't forget, the majority of politicians in Australia have significant amount of money, significant amount of their capital in housing. They don't want housing to drop. They want housing to rise. So the majority of these bills, the majority of these little things to seemingly help buyers out there, first home buyers, is not in fact to help them. It's to help themselves, to drive up the price of property. That's what this is, to drive up the price of property. It's nothing to do with helping first home buyers, that sort of thing. 131,000 views, and I can almost guarantee you every single comment here is saying this is a bad thing. This is not going to help. Let's go through some of the comments. Angie Jones, that's dangerous, encouraging massive debt. Someone saying, do not pass the social media minimum age bill. Yeah, 2 thumbs up for that. This will be a disaster. Bookmark this pass. All you're doing is increasing house prices and making housing more unaffordable. Absolutely true. Same thing with first home grants. If you give people $50,000 in a first home buyer's grant, what do they call it? The price of housing is going up $50,000. It doesn't help anyone except people who own property, and I'm one of those people. So this is not a rant from someone who doesn't own any property. This is a rant for someone who owns property, has no children, so not really fearful for their futures, that sort of thing. This is just me saying this is not going to help the situation. It's going to make it worse. Oh, I can't believe politicians do this, but they're not stupid. They know or want this to seem like, oh, we're helping out. We're helping you buy your first home. And they do this knowing it's going to help themselves because they have a significant amount of their capital in housing. Okay. Yeah. So if you go through this, all these comments are really negative. Great work, Mr. PM. Let's keep the bubble pumping. Yeah, more borrowers mean more competition, an already stressed housing market that will drive prices higher. It's just common sense. The price of houses will now go higher. It just blows my mind. They think, well, maybe, yeah, again, it blows my mind that anyone could think outside these politicians that this is a bill that is going to help first home buyers. It's not. That's an absolute. Okay, rant. And now let's have a look at the ASX today. And a pretty good day for those who invested in the stock market. Suppose a pretty good day for those invested in housing too. You're continually getting help from the government to increase the price of housing when they should be doing the exact opposite. But again, don't forget, the majority of Australian politicians have their majority of their capital in housing. They want to maintain the bubble. They want to actually increase the bubble because all they care about is themselves. If you understand that politicians only care about themselves, they don't care about Australia, this country. It seems like at times, sometimes they don't even care about their own children. If you understand that, you'll see where their policies come from and why and who it's beneficial for. Okay, not us, for them. Anyway, let's have a look at the best performing sectors and indices. I assure you right now, Rant over. Discretionary up 0.93%. A pretty good day for all sectors. Even healthcare down slightly, but that's okay. It's had a pretty good week, maybe even month. Yeah, healthcare has been the best performing sector in the past week. IT is the worst performing sector. And even past month, oh no, it's only past week where healthcare has been done pretty good. So I assume that's because of CSL, that sort of thing. And yeah, it makes sense because RFK Jr., a bit of a downturn in healthcare because of that appointment. Now, I think it's maybe rallying because of that. Anyway, so pretty good day for the markets, particularly discretionary. Real estate, probably a good day for Goodman Group. In fact, went for a drive today and I saw a Goodman Group sign, and as a shareholder, I went, "Ooh, I own a bit of that." That's a very, very small bit. Anyway, pretty good day for gold, up 1.87%. Nice little rebound in banks, looks like, up 0.78%. And the ASX 20 up 0.45%, which is fairly similar than the overall market. So, yeah. So ASX 20 or 200 extra up 0.46. About the ASX 20 up 0.45%. Let's have a look at this. I'm assuming 14 companies up, 13 up, 7 down. Oh, 15 up, 5 down. I went in the wrong direction there. And the 5 companies down, not down by all that much. Woodside looking even weaker. In fact, what's the chart looking for Woodside? Still, the memory of a certain trader or technical analysis saying this was a buy a few months ago, I still don't understand that. This is an expert, and I still think it's an expert. And for some reason, this person thought it was a buy on a little rally here, and it just blows my mind. Anyway, so you just see that using technical analysis, you can find, you can get a completely different perspective than other people. That's why technical analysis works, because you can get a different perspective depending on what you look at. I see no positive at all when it comes to Woodside Energy. Share price in the downtrend. Maybe we do see a bottom at about 23.50. Maybe. I'll just say that, maybe. But there's no uptrend in Woodside. It's a downtrend. Share price is still dropping. Anyway, so Woodside, BHP down, Macquarie Group after going higher yesterday. And I did some reasoning why the 4 big banks were up while 4 big banks were down pretty big yesterday. Macquarie was up is simply because they have a lot of their business in America, and Trump tariffs apparently is going to be very beneficial for American-based companies, which is not true. Tariffs aren't beneficial for anyone, almost anyone. Anyway, I could go on a rant on that. By the way, have a look at if you don't know anything about tariffs, just Google Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act. Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, 1930. Just go through the history of this. This really worsened the Great Depression. There is. Increased US tariffs on agricultural imports and more than 20,000 imported goods. This was not good for the American economy at all. In fact, research has shown that tariffs decrease the potential for growth. Yes, decrease the potential for growth. And then it's typically not beneficial for the economy. Yeah. So anyway, maybe I can give you that as homework for the night. Just read Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act, and maybe learn a little bit more about the Great Depression and what exacerbated the Great Depression. So there was a tariff war, trade war after this, tariff war, trade war. Australia was involved. So they put tariffs on all countries, including Canada, Australia, seemingly what Trump wants to do. And I can guarantee you, if Trump gets his way and wants all these tariffs on all these different countries, it has to be an overall tariff. It's not going to be good for the United States. It's not going to be good for Australia at all. So increasing inflation, decreasing growth, and also inhibits innovation. Yes, inhibits innovation, which is interesting coming from Trump. I thought he'd maybe want innovation, but obviously he doesn't want that sort of thing. Anyway, so I'm very negative tariffs. I've always been negative tariffs. It's never been a good thing. On individual cases, maybe, but overall tariffs are not beneficial for anyone. Best performing companies today, QBE. They did release or have the AGM today, I think. QBE. By the way, I am trading QBE right now. So I do follow this company a little bit more. Oh no, third quarter performance update. It was positive. And share price of QBE did drop yesterday. Now it's rebounded. So it dropped 2% yesterday. Now it's rebounded 2.2%. What else do we have here? Fortescue, CBA, nice little rebound. And there's Goodman Group. And Aristocrat Leisure coming in at number 5. Okay, so let's turn our attention to the best and worst performing companies on the ASX today. The best, or the top gainers and top losers. Top gainers, Somnomed, stock of the day, up 40.7%. Well, I'm just going to say, I'm going to refresh this because, sorry for that burp, but I'm going to refresh this because, market index doesn't refresh. So sometimes you will see it's a little bit different from when I start recording. So in fact, a nice little end to the market. So up 0.57%. Anyway, so I think and assume this is up to date. Let's just verify that. Somnomed 40. Oh, there we go. Somnomed 46.3%. So this has not updated. So this is still delayed. Yeah, it says in March. So according to this, it's 20-minute delayed. Okay, so that makes sense. So Somnomed, not up 40.7%, up 46%. And that is the stock of the day. Fairly small company, markup cap 82 million. And I always remember Somnomed because I did research on 2 companies at the same time, Promedicus and Somnomed. I did not take a position in either company at the time, and they're both gone on completely different trajectories. Promedicus markup now 24 billion, Somnomed 82 million. Elsewhere here, Orthocell, share price up 24%, and that is in my top 5 stocks. Very happy to see Bioxen up 21% because I did take a trading position in that company. This is one of my, I wouldn't say high risk trading positions, but I did like something they released recently. So now up 29%. What was it I liked recently? I forget what it was. Was it just their Appendix 4C? It could have been just their Appendix 4C I liked. And it's taken a while for the market to react to Bioxen. I'm not sure why the market is falling in love with this company just today. It could be a trade, like a day trader's play story. But also the other thing is definitely the sentiment in this company is shifting. So I took a position in this company on the 10th of September. That wouldn't have been 10th of September. What did they release? Oh, I don't know. What I must have been their final report. Something triggered me to take a position in Bioxen. Something I really liked that did release. I forget what it was. That could be on the wrong day, by the way. It could be more like there. I'm not sure. Anyway, so a little bit more interest in Bioxen. The other thing to like about this company is the volume has increased. My one concern about Bioxen, taking position at 1.2 cents, is if the share price fell below 1 cent. I don't really like when companies trade at share price below 1 cent, but it's gone in the other direction, up 1.7%. Anyway, if they release a really good quarter result in January, this really could go off. Could go off. Well, I'm hoping it goes off. Anyway, so Bioxen up 21%. What else is here? In Focus, another good day there. So those who sold on their capital raising, not liking life right now. And let's have a look by market cap to see if there's anything else here. Oh, Web Travel Group, up 13.5%. This did not make it in my top 5 stocks of the day. I completely missed this, and that's surprising because I'm a shareholder. Web Travel Group, okay. I didn't even write it down. So the other Web Travel Group, not Web Travel Group, Webjet Group company, Web. Why is it not? WBJ is the other Web Travel Group. It's not showing up. WBJ says no results. What's going on here? If I put this in trading view, Web Travel Group, do I have something wrong here? Do I have the right ticker code? Web, the Web ASX. So there's Web and there's another one, surely. WJL. Is that what I put? WJL. Webjet, WJL. Webjet Group. What was I doing? I must have been doing something else. Anyway, so Webjet Group released their half-year results on the 25th, and then Web Travel Group released their results this morning. I did have a quick look at it, and one of the reasons I took a position in this company is simply because of WebBets. And it's still moving in the right direction. I think the profit was a little bit lower than last year, but that's okay. This company is moving in the right direction. Share price has pulled back a lot. I didn't really think the market would like this result, so I didn't really pay attention to the share price at all. And I'm a little bit surprised because there has been a lot of negative sentiment in this company recently. Share price has dropped a fair bit. You can see that just in the chart. Now, the reason the share price has dropped is because they went through this demerger, but was that a little bit before that? In fact, I think this share price drop wasn't the demerger. It was a negative trading update from the company. Share price down 35.6%. I think that could be the reason why, maybe. But anyway, share price is significantly lower than it has been. And that's because of a bit of negative sentiment, negative trading update, and the company released their results and the market likes it. So this would be a really sudden shift in sentiment if the share price keeps on rising. I'm doubtful because share price has dropped a lot. So there's going to be a lot of shareholders who bought at higher prices and they want to get out. They saw the share price rally today and they're saying, whoa, now's my opportunity. Now, in saying that, we haven't seen much pressure on the share price. That's a good sign. That's a good sign there's been enough buyers out there to take advantage, not take advantage, but to match the sellers. That's a good sign. So a bad sign would be if the candlestick was colored red, so share price is actually lower than it was at open, or there was a large wick, large shadow above the main body. That would be a sign that there's a bit of selling pressure. Okay, so sorry, Webjet, I completely missed that you had a really good day today. In fact, among the list of companies with by markup, you're the best performing. Broadband, a nice little bounce. Email payments, another good day. So that shows me a lot of strength in their update they released yesterday. And I'm pretty sure they had aspirations as well. Is that the one that had aspirations? And I love when company has these goals. Anyway, so let's have a look at the chart for email payments because this could be an interesting chart. I would say, I was a little bit hesitant to say yesterday was a breakout. This is looking really good and really good volume coming in today. So 2 good days in a row for email payments. So it's looking way more positive for this company. This could be it for this company. This could be the start of a really long uptrend. And when I see 2 positive days in a row like this, I'm actually even more bullish. So I am a shareholder of this company, and I'm thinking now of adding to my position. Okay, what else do we have here? Visan, nice bounce, waiting for that bounce, and I'm really happy it's happened because I did not want to sell this trading position, and I just want to see if the share price can get back above 42 cents, and it has done today. We saw the really big bounce when the company released their AGM, a bit of an overreaction for the market, and today we have seen the share price get above 42 cents and close in actual fact at 44.5 cents. That tells me there was a little bit of panic. The market got this wrong initially, and with the fact the share price has recovered, that's a good sign moving forward for Visan. And what else do we have here? We had another one, Doug Technology, up 11%. This one is all over the place. This is one I've been trading, and I'm completely out, and the share price has rallied today. Yeah, it's not surprising. I would say this is or was completely oversold, and you would expect a bit of a bounce eventually. Would I get this or go into this again? No, not at this point. The share price decline has just been too rapid for me, for my liking anyway. Okay, so pretty good day. And there's Orthocell, Paradigm, another pretty good day. COSOL, nice bounce for that company as well. Back above 90 cents. So it looks like there's been a little bit of panicking in some of the companies, although fairly low volume. Yeah, so fairly low volume for COS. I wouldn't be surprised to see the share price just drift sideways from here. Okay, let's go back to the top gainers. Motorcycle Holdings, I believe the company had an AGM today. Might have missed this one as well. There you go, up 14%. Yes, AGM. I have to go through this. There must have been something positive. I did not look at anything or their announcements at all. I just knew they had the AGM. And with the share price rallying 14%, I like it. I will always pay attention to that sort of reaction from the market. So let's have a look at the chart for Motorcycle Holdings. And I don't mind this chart at all. Last time the share price was this high was back in February of this year when the share price was in a downtrend. Definitely sentiment has shifted and it's turning positive. I like this chart. Definitely, I don't want to ignore that one. Do I like the company? I don't care. The chart, I'm just trading the chart for this company. That is something I'm learning. I have biases when it comes to companies. I consider some companies high quality, some companies low quality. And when it comes to trading, using technical analysis, I try to push that bias away. It still does impact my decisions. I have to acknowledge that. My biases does impact my decisions at times. But this is a sort of situation where I see the chart, I like what I'm seeing, and this could be a nice little trade, even if I don't like the company. Anyway, now let's turn attention to the top losers today. Sorry, top losers. And at the top, we have ActiveX. ActiveX, low turnover. City Chic, down 25.9%. That is in my top 5 stocks of the day. Novonix, capital raising done. Placement done. Share price down 22%. What did I say yesterday? I wouldn't be surprised to see the share price down a fair bit. So this is not a surprise at all. If you have a look at the chart, I was really liking the chart for Novonix before they did the capital raising, and my bullishness has completely evaporated. Yep, completely evaporated. That's what happens when a company can do a capital raising. BetMakers, not sure why the share price is down. I did have a look at this. I saw the share price was down. And they did not release anything today. This could be just a bit of noise. This could be a buy the dip situation for BetMakers. I don't know. Because the chart was looking interesting. Looks like it was trying to break out and then now pull back. Maybe this could be a buy the dip situation for BetMakers because they did release something the other day, which I liked. Had the AGM. Oh, they had the AGM. No, that's the wrong company. I'm pretty sure BetMakers did release something I liked the other day. Yeah, BetMakers accelerates transformational strategy. I had a look at that, and the market did react positive to that, up 12.5%. So I'm not sure why the share price is down today. Profit taking, maybe, don't know. One of the mysteries of life. And otherwise, just mining companies. Lots and lots of mining companies. And when I say mining companies, I'm talking about mining exploring companies, which is there's chocker. Where the ASX is chocker full of mining exploring companies. Now let's have a look by market cap. Vulcan, not surprised at all by that, particularly when you have a look at the chart. Dangerous trying to take a position into a chart like this. Share price has rallied significantly, and eventually you will see the share price pull back. You will see profit taking. It happens all the time. I have not seen a chart which has gone up like this and then just gone sideways instead of going down. Maybe it's happened once or twice, but it happened with Vulcan not that long ago. Share price rallied significantly and then pulled back. Drone Shield, rapid rise in share price and then pull back significantly. Happens all the time. What you want to see is the share price not pull back significantly. And if you do see it go sideways, that's a really good sign. Really good sign that the rise in share price is justified. Anyway, so Vulcan Energy, Electro-Optics down. So the market has liked their divestment, but today maybe a little bit of profit taking. PlaySide Studios, chart for this looks awful. I can guarantee the chart for this one looks ugly. And they released a negative trading update on the 23rd of October. Share price down 32% on that day, and share price just keeps on falling. So PlaySide Studios, not a nice looking chart. And okay, that's about it. Okay, so let's turn attention. All McPherson's did not make it into my top 5. Share price down 7%. And they did release, was it a trading update? AGM and trading update? Yeah, a trading update, which obviously is maybe slightly negative, but maybe not that slightly negative. But the chart for this one is another yucky chart. Not for me at all. I did have a look at this one this morning when I saw their announcement, and my first thought was, well, actually, that's okay. I was zoomed in a little bit more, and 38 cents is really more interesting than I thought it would be. And the main reason is 38 cents is a really important level for this company. It fell through today briefly, and then some buying has come in. We've seen that quite often when the share price of this company falls below 38 cents. A lot of buying comes in, maybe not a lot, but we do see the share price rally. So the next few days is very important for McPherson's. If the share price falls below 38 cents and stays below 38 cents, that would be a really negative sign moving forward for the company. Okay, so that's an interesting chart there. Okay, let's go to the top 5 stocks of the day. We'll start off with Orthocell. So don't forget, AI Media, the small cap stock of the day. And also the stock of the day, which I'll get to in a second, is Somnomed. I'll briefly touch upon that company and why the share price has rallied 46%. Okay, Orthocell, I have been looking at this chart for a while and thinking, oh, this not only is the company looking intriguing, looks like they're moving in the right direction, the chart has been looking intriguing. And then today, the company announces distributor signed Rempler sales in Singapore to commence. I did not really think this particular announcement would drive this sort of reaction from the market. Share price up 27%, volume 4.3 million, which is significantly higher than we've seen previously. In fact, the last time we saw this sort of volume was back on the 11th of October and the 10th of October when the share price did go up 20.9% on that day. So that was a nice little breakout for the company. So this was a little bit of a surprise. Plus, it's just Singapore. I thought, well, okay, fine. Simpler sales in Singapore, but how much sales are they going to get in Singapore? The ultimate goal is United States. So I did have a look at this because I've been following the company a little more closely. So there wasn't much. I was like, oh, this is really good. But they're expecting first sales of Rempler in Singapore in the first quarter, calendar year 25. So we're not that far away from first sales. We're just wondering how much sales are they really going to get. But the main thing about this one was the chart. So let's have a look at the chart. I saw this announcement this morning and went, oh, this could be a nice little buy this morning. So it only opened about 66 cents. So not much higher from where it closed yesterday. And then what we're seeing today is really big volume coming in. Again, the sort of volume we saw when the share price broke out and the share price has reached a long-term high. So what we want to see now is the share price go sideways. So it went sideways after that big rally in the share price in October and went sideways for about 2 months. That's exactly what I want to see. Share price goes to sideways. And that's why I was thinking of taking position in Orthocell, and it looks like I'm a little bit late. It would have been really good the last few days. But anyway, that's what happens. There's so many opportunities out there. And Orthocell, really good day for that company and a pretty good chart as well. Coming in number 4, we have Mosaic Brands. However, they did not release anything. This is more about me reading an article on Mosaic Brands, and the article was a big clothing company with a $250 million of debt. I went, oh, who is this? It's Mosaic Brands. I want to see if I can find that article. I can't remember who it was written by. Mosaic Brands, $250 million debt. See if I can find it somewhere. Well, it wasn't Yahoo, it was someone else. There we go. Australian clothing giant has gone bust owing almost $250 million. And I read the article, whoever was by, I don't think it was the Nightly. And one of the things that not interest me, but this actually in this article they have it. So 300 employees are owed an undisclosed amount. This is just awful in itself. But Mosaic owes 23 Bangladeshi garment factories more than $30 million. Workers earning a few $100s a month told the ABC they were worried about feeding their families. I don't understand how a company can manufacture their clothes in Bangladesh where the minimum wage, or if they have a minimum wage, but where workers get no money at all compared to what they can get in Australia, and then go bankrupt, then not make a profit on their clothing. It just tells me the management must be absolutely awful or their brands are absolutely awful. It just blows my mind how you could not make this profitable. And the very fact they owe these workers money, or these factories owe these workers money, is an absolutely terrible situation this company is facing. So almost $250 million owing. That's ridiculous. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Anyway, there was another thing I read in this article. I'm going to see it here. They were going through a restructure. Yeah, they were talking about a restructure, and they needed approval from all their secured lenders, etc. And a significant majority of secured lenders, suppliers, service providers, and landlords in the ACCC supported a restructure, but a small number declined. Yes, a small number said, nah, sorry, we want you to go bankrupt. And I wonder if they're regretting. Maybe they're regretting. I don't know. And there must be a reason why they rejected it. Maybe they saw no future, Mosaic Brands. If he can't run this company profitable that's a nice picture of Bangladeshi workers. Yes, anyway. 249 million to 171 creditors. The Bangladesh Garment Manufacturers and Exporters Association told the ABC that Mosaic's conduct set a bad precedent for the industry. It does. It's just an awful situation. And I'm not sure if they have any rights, the workers over there. Can they get their wages? These workers are already paid poverty wages at around $6 per day, and they probably need all that money. Anyway, that's all it has for Mosaic Brands. I think say goodbye. And to be honest with you, this was not a shock. This should not have been a shock to anyone. In fact, if you're just trading this, well, I should say you would never be trading this in first of all, but just have a look at the chart. Look at this chart. This is like one of the worst charts you ever see. So back in 2018, share price of this company was 380, and just before they went into voluntary administration, share price had dropped to 3.6 cents. From 380 to 3.6 cents, a 99% drop in share price. The chart can tell you everything. Okay, so that's Mosaic Brands coming in number 4. Talking about Mosaic Brands, there is a connection. Funny enough, there is a connection between Mosaic Brands and City Chic. You may say, well, they're both clothing companies. Yeah, but there is a closer relationship between these two companies. So City Chic down 26.7%. They had their AGM today. I suppose a trading update. Share price said, oh, we don't like this trading update or whatever, down 27%. There was a bit of this in a couple of briefs somewhere here. City Chic shares tank as revenue slides. Yep, which is not a surprise, but there you go. Now, what is the relationship between City Chic and Mosaic Brands? Okay, let's go to Mosaic Brands. I'm going to go to announcements. There's probably a better way I could go through this, by the way. No, I don't want to go back to 2006. I'm just going to find and go way back to about 2016. This company used to be called Noni B, by the way. Noni B. And I'm going to be very lucky if I can find the announcement. I'm pretty sure, in fact, I can tell you exactly when it happened by looking at City Chic's chart. Let's have a look at the chart for City Chic. So again, this chart looks horrendous. Share price as high as almost $6 back in 2021, now at 9.9 cents. So this company back in 2017. So around about, thought it was a little bit before that. Okay, so let's see if I can find this particular announcement where we can see the relationship between City Chic and Mosaic Brands. Okay, now I've got to find, I wonder if it could be in the presentation. Okay. So there is a reason why the company did change its name. And you'll see the connection if I find the announcement, and I can't, unfortunately. So let's go back here. Might have to go back a little bit further. Sorry about this. I should actually plan this a little bit better than I'm doing. I'm just looking for, I can't exactly remember exactly what. Might have to go to City Chic. I wish I could actually. Oh, here we go. Completion of PGFG acquisition. So getting close, 2016. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm looking for. Noni B PGFG announcement. I think this might be it. Let me just confirm. Okay. Oh, this might not be it. Oh, maybe this is it. And maybe this was an acquisition of... No, I don't think that's it. So maybe it was there before that. Oh, there was a takeover bid for this company, by the way, back in 2014. I don't think it was that far back. I could have completely missed it. I'm going to go to City Chic. Anyway, and I just wanted this to be like an announcement that you go, oh, really? There's this connection between the companies. And I just thought of that when I had these companies back to back. I went, there is a connection between these two companies. So I'm just going to go back. So City Chic was known as Specialty Fashions. So I might be able to find exactly when. There it is. Specialty Fashion Group confirms receipt of proposal. Okay, so, and there's a reason why they changed their name. City Chic brand destination rollout into Maya. I might be going back too far again. I'm pretty sure there would have been an announcement by now. Okay. Can't believe. Okay. Specialty Fashion Group. This is 2018. I thought it was way earlier than this. Concludes structural review. And here we go. Look, just above that, a Noni B announcement. Okay. So let's have a look at this structural review. Can't believe it's 2018. I thought it was much earlier than that. Structural review. So, specialty fashion, some of the brands, City Chic, Autograph, Rivers, Millers, Katie's, Crossroads. If you have a look at Mosaic brands, some of their brands are Autograph, Rivers, Millers, Katie's, Crossroads. So this particular strategic review from Specialty Fashion was selling off Autograph, Rivers, Millers, Katie's and Crossroads to Noni B. And then when Noni B had these brands, they changed the name to Mosaic Brands. And Specialty Fashion went, oh, we have this one brand we are very confident in the future, City Chic. And then we're going to rename our company City Chic. And that's one of the reasons why the share price took off, because you can see the share price really taking off in 2018. In fact, a stupid me, share price of this company took off on the 14th of May. This particular announcement was on the 14th of May. This was the breakout. Should have known that. Just look at the breakout of the company. And the share price of City Chic Specialty Fashions went from 50 cents to a high of, what was it, 6.50 or something. Yeah, so that's the relationship between City Chic and Mosaic Brands. City Chic used to be known as Specialty Fashions. They sold off most of their brands to Noni B. Noni B rolled up their previous brands into City Chics, or not City Chics, Specialty Fashions brands. They became known as Mosaic Brands. And over the last 3 years, both companies have done absolutely terrible. City Chic was pretty much a market darling. Back in 2020 to 2021, share price went to a high of $5.60. Okay, I have not even had a look at their AGM, why the share price is down, but is there any reason to? Because look at the chart. So they released the most recent negative update on the 24th of June. Share price on that day dropped 52%. Share price then went sideways. Now, it looks like they did release something positive on the 28th of August, so there must have been results. But the share price has not really rebounded from that. So you can see, whenever a company does release something positive, when the overall trend is down, it doesn't usually turn sentiment. And that's definitely true for City Chic. And today they have released something negative. Share price down 26.7%. Okay, so that took a while to find that connection between City Chic and Mosaic Brands. Coming in at number 2, we have Aussie Broadband. Share price up 4.75%. Not disappointed. I would say I'm pretty big shareholder of this company, by the way. Yeah, I took a trade position. Actually, if you have a look at the chart, I'll show you the chart in a second. So why is this in the top 5 stocks? They're doing buyback, share buyback. Yep, on market share buyback. Okay. On market share buybacks make a lot of sense when the valuation of the company is low, when the company is undervalued. That's when it is really good for shareholders. I've seen some companies on the ASX, some of the banks doing share buybacks when the company is overvalued. That's not good for shareholders. Anyway, so they have announced their intention to conduct a share buyback of at least 10% of issued capital over the next 12 months. And they talk about reasonings why, and I go, yeah, okay, that's fair enough. They've sold off their Superloop shares and made a fairly good profit. I have no complaints about this share buyback. Probably only questions is how undervalued is Aussie Broadband. I would say it's that undervalued, but I definitely prefer a share buyback over dividends. Definitely prefer that that sort of capital allocation decision. Anyway, let's have a little chart for Aussie Broadband. And so I took a position, added to my position in Aussie Broadband on the 16th of July. And that's just after the company released a negative trading update. It wasn't negative at all. Market got that completely wrong. Absolutely wrong. It was not a profit downgrade. They announced on that day that Aussie Broadband was going to launch this new low-cost internet provider. I forget what it was called. And they're going to spend $10 million on that. And their downgrade was $10 million. All we had to do was look at the announcement to see it wasn't a downgrade. And the market got that completely wrong. Even Ausbiz, the core people got that wrong. Oh, this is a downgrade. Oh, this is, no, get out of this. And look what has happened to the share price since then. Share price has gone back up. In fact, the share price now is higher than it was before that downgrade. So this is a case where the market got it wrong. And I took advantage. I added to my position in Aussie Broadband. Now, I did notice the share price fall below. This little blue line is a warning trigger that maybe the share price is moving into a downtrend. Just a warning, not an absolute. It did fall below that on the Thursday, 21st of November, but it has rallied since then. I would prefer the share price to get above $4. And the reason why $4 is important is we'll have a good chart. Share price of Aussie Broadband has struggled to get above $4 during 2024. Okay, that's Aussie Broadband. That's all I wanted to talk about this company doing a share buyback. And Somnomed is the stock of the day. I've done a standalone video on this company. Share price up 46.3%. The whole reason why this company share price is significantly high today is because of a financial year 25 guidance upgrade. They have upgraded their revenue and also EBITDA, 40% increase in EBITDA, 5% increase in revenue. Things are finally moving in the right direction for this company, but not quite a breakout for me, I think. Anyway, that's the top 5 stocks of the day. If you want more information on Somnomed, look at that particular video. Now, a few charts. Yes, a few charts, and then I might do 1 or 2 of your comments. Stealth Group, very close to becoming the small cap of the day. Maybe I will feature this in the next few days. I'm a member of a group of investors. I won't say who it is. This company was pretty much quite popular with that group. And then in this group, you tell when you're buying and selling. And when the share price rallied in September, we were getting a lot of a lot of announcements from these fellow members that they're selling. I was like, why? Just have a look at the chart. There's no reason to sell this company. Share price going sideways. And a lot of the reasoning behind it was maybe it's a little bit overvalued. Share prices run up, maybe it's a little bit overvalued. I can almost guarantee you they're probably kicking themselves right now. But most of these investors are more value investors than anything else. And I'd say a lot of them don't even look at charts. They just look at the valuation. They see the share price rally and went, oh, this is maybe a little bit overvalued. And look at the charts instead. Look at the share price over the past few weeks. Share price has gone from 32 cents to 48 cents, so 50% increase in share price over a short period of time. And look at the volume. Just the volume alone in September and right now would preclude me from even thinking about selling. Anyway, so that's a Stealth Group. And this is another case of a company that has goals, long-term goals. That's one of the reasons I like this company. That's it. Don't like what they do, but they have these long-term goals. The other chart was to do IPG. Hopefully it's bounced today. I've been thinking, it's a little bounce, up 4.3. I've been thinking more and more that the market has completely overreacted to this. This was a short-term hit to their EBITDA or whatever. And the reason why it's a short-term hit is because they're spending more money now for future growth. So pay now, future growth, or spending now for rewards later, whatever that saying is. Spend now, profit later, whatever. I think the market, this is another case where the market got it wrong. The market was way too short-term fixated on this company. So I have taken profits, but I'm thinking of getting back in because the longer I have looked at this announcement, the longer I have thought about it, I went, this is an overreaction from the market. And I think maybe now we're starting to see the market come to that conclusion as well. But it might take a while for the share price to recover. So I think we have a bit of time here. What else do we have here? That's it for some of the charts. Now let's have a look at one or two of your comments. Okay, I'm getting this comment a lot from different people. I really appreciate your efforts. A bit off topic, but I wanted to ask, I have a Safe Power wallet with USDT and I have the seed phrase, whatever. How can I transfer them to Binance? I'm going to remove all these comments. It's not a legitimate comment. Mr. Vet Pow, what has happened to GDC? Now, I am almost certain, if you have a look at the chart, you might go, what has happened here? Share price has absolutely collapsed. In fact, on the 12th of November, share price decreased 57.2%. Now, in saying that, if you adjust for dividends, oh, what's happened here? It's completely different. There was a return of capital. That's it, a return of capital. And that's why if you do adjust for dividends, which is return of capital, you'll see a completely different chart. On this point, look at points bet. This is a classic case that sometimes if you actually do adjust for dividends, you get a completely different look. So this is just adjusting for dividends for points bet. Beautiful uptrend developing, and that's just accelerated the last few months. But if you don't adjust for dividends, look at that. Chart's still looking good, but you see these massive drops. So that's all that's happened for GDC or Global Data Center. There's a return of capital. They probably would say, there it is, return of capital. GDC on the 7th of November. That's it. Return of capital. They've sold some stuff, returning capital. Anyway, that's all I'm going to have for this particular video. Just one comment per video at this point in time. Anyway, so if you have any questions, any thoughts, leave those in the comment section of this video. Otherwise, I'm not an advisor, financial advisor. If you do need financial advice, make sure you seek out someone who is qualified and can speak to your own financial needs. That's it for this video. Have a good day. See you later. Bye.